in a try. Oh my God, you try. Try every single day for evolution. Something like that. I don't know. I wake up and I get that song in my head. What is that? That's from like 20 years ago. And I never even liked it back then. I don't like it now. Yeah, here I am with it in my brain, singing it to you. Cheers. Peace. To all. You know what I mean? Shit. Woo! Oh, shit, that's good, man. No, I'm just playing, man. What's up, guys? What's going on? I got a subject. I ain't seen yous in a while, man. But, still, if you can tell the background stuff, still my Lowe's dedicated. So, since the last time I talked to yous, the weather's been brutal, right? Right? Here in the Northeast PA, or the Northeast. I haven't just been to PA, like right now I'm in Jersey. And that's where I run out of, though. So the weather's brutal, man. It's cold temperatures, snowing a lot. We haven't had a lot of snow at once, but we've had a lot of little snow events. Actually, no, I take that back. There was that shitload in last week. So that's why I want to talk about how Schneider's been handling weather conditions and this freeze up. My truck froze up one morning. They had to get maintenance out there. Actually, that was like 2 days ago. So, again, a lot of you new guys, and I'm sure the snow might scare some of you new guys. I know it kind of scared me. Not scared me, but, you know, I mean, you got to keep your shit wired tight when it's snowing. And not only that, let's talk about how Schneider handles, like, if you're not comfortable. Now, let me tell you what I've seen through Schneider. I don't know how other companies work. And I ended up driving this day. But we had about 4 inches coming in. And basically on our computer, they were basically, a lot of times when it snows, they're telling us, man, hey, don't drive. You know, straight up. They're saying, don't drive. The one time they had 4 inches coming in, they said, they pretty much basically said on the computer, don't drive. If you decide to drive and you get a critical report on your truck, let's say you slammed on the brakes or you spun, there's a thing that goes off of your computer letting them know there that, like, hey, you slammed on your brakes real hard, what happened? That it's going to go against you. That if you hit your brakes and you hit into somebody, it's going to be your fault. Like, basically, we told you not to be out there. If you chose to go out there anyway and something happens, it's going to be on you. So they're pretty cautious about that. When it snows or any kind of even squalls are coming through on the computer, hey, if you don't feel comfortable, pull over, let your DBL know, you know, you pulled over, and you're going to be late or you can't do the load. When that 4 inches came in, I'm going to tell you that this was my first time. It seemed like a lot of guys were leaving the distribution, like nothing was going on, like, and it was snowing pretty good. So I took my load, and there were 2 spots where I was in back roads and I was going up hills. I didn't think I was getting up them. I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I'm going to have to stop here in the middle of this hill. I don't know what to do. Luckily, I got up them. There's no way I should have been up there driving. No, there's no way I should have been driving. And then we had that nor'eastern, and I did my first delivery. It wasn't bad, and then all of a sudden it was like a blizzard where I was at, and I sat for 4 hours, and let them know, and called them, and nope, like not a like, oh, are you sure? It's just like, hey, that second load I'm not doing. And they're like, all right, man, just let us know when you're up back and running. So they've been pretty good at it. Now, here's the problem. Here's the shitty part about trucking, okay? You would think, and I'll give you an example on that Northeastern, you would think, well, why would truckers even drive then in that shit? And that's how I would be. Here's the problem, man. We don't get paid. You pull over for like 6 hours, 7 hours, because you're not comfortable, you ain't getting paid. You know, and it's really, I can't say it's Schneider's fault or another trucking company's fault. I would say, you know, that's another part of that. Well, that's trucking. That's trucking day. You know, if you're on an hourly, you know, I don't know if you don't get paid. And if you don't go into work for the day, even if you're on hourly, you're not going to get paid. So I think that's why a lot of guys are out there. They risk it. Imagine you're out there, you've been out there 2 weeks, and you're on your way home. You just want to get home, man. You got 3 days coming up, and it starts snowing. You're probably a little more willing to risk it and you know, drive through it, you know, instead of pulling over. Because when you pull over, you're not getting paid, man, or you're not getting home. You know, on that Northeastern, I sat where I was supposed, or I sat for 4 hours. I said, hi, I ain't doing that load. So my second load got taken off me. Now, all I had to do was get back to Mount Pocono. It was a 2-hour drive, and I could go home for the day. But I sat there for like 4 hours. Then it kind of like cleared up. And I'm like, all right, I think I'm good. I drove for like an hour and a half. It was freaking nice. Roads were clear. It wasn't bad. And the road I was on, it was closed earlier in the day, but it was nice. And then I got to this one part, and it was just a whole shit show again. Like, a squall came in, covered the roads were terrible. I should have pulled over. I'm not gonna lie, like, I should have pulled over, but I was like, yo, I got a half hour, or I just got like, I had like 30 miles. Yeah, probably like 30, 40 miles. I'm like, oh, I got 40 miles. I'll get back, and I can go to hell home. And that never happened. And it messes up your clock and your routine, like, because now I had a load for the next day. So if I pulled over, like, that would have screwed up more of my loads and my clock. And so you don't, you know, you want to push through it. Because I ended up pushing through it. There's no way I should have been driving. I got on another back road where I got lucky. I had to go on this on-ramp, and it was just a mess, man. It was like slush like that, and my truck's moving over. It sucked. I ain't gonna lie. I should have found a spot, pulled over, and said, I ain't moving. But I wanted to... They're unloading me now, so I'm listening for a tap. So that's why, you know, I pushed through. But if you're new and you're worrying about the snow, I can tell you, Schneider, you call and say, hey, I ain't comfortable. They're not going to be like, well, other people are out there driving. They don't care. They're like, okay, that's fine. The problem is you're sitting on the side of the road in your little truck, not getting a dime, away from your family, no money. So I think that's probably why most truckers will push through it. Other truckers, I think they do it. I got a buddy, he actually got me into this trucking thing. He's been doing it for 20 years. And he's funny. I think it's insecurity. I used to be a parasail captain. A lot of times we'd have to fly people in wind. And it was like the more wind and the more you flew, the more crazy you were and the more it showed that you could do it. And I'm 45. I'm 45 years old. I got nobody to impress. This guy's been driving for 20 years. He called me the next day. He's like, hey, how was yesterday? That was crazy, huh? I was like, yeah, I pulled over for like 4 hours because you know. And he's like, well, why? I'm like, because it was a blizzard. It was a blizzard. I'm not going to drive in a blizzard because I'm an adult and I understand safety. He's like, oh, I drove for 14 hours in it. And I'm like, oh, he's like, then more of the story came. He's like, yeah, I drove for 14 hours in it. It was no big deal. Then as I talked to him more, he drove for 14 hours. He had 2 drops. He couldn't do either drop because it was such a shit show. Like, then he started, like, yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, I had to pull in this one spot, and there was no place to go because trucks were all parked in there, and I couldn't back into this one spot. I'm like, shit. Now he's hourly too, so I'm like, shit. And he posted pictures on Facebook of how he was driving in this like, oh my God, you're the best truck driver in the world. I can't believe that. Wow, you're so awesome. You drove for 14 hours in a blizzard. I'm not impressed with that. I'm actually like, you're a freaking idiot. You're a moron. Why would you drive there? But, you know. So I think there are a couple truck drivers out there like, yeah, it's no bother me. I'll drive in anything. You put a hurricane. You put a tornado in front of me, I'm getting that freight there. I'll drive right through that shit. Hey, freight's got to get delivered, man. You know what I mean? Screw that. Fuck that fucking freight. I'm fucking dying over a fucking washer and dryer. Get the fuck out of here, man. Fucking people are fucking nuts, man. Anyway, if you're new, yo, stay cool, man. See, I'm all jacked up, man. I got good 8 hours sleep. I'm drinking a big cup of coffee. It's starting to kick in, you know what I mean? But if you're new, you're worried about the snow, I can tell you, Schneider's not going to push you. I can't see any company pushing you. Warner, any of those big companies. You call them up, and you'd be like, hey, it's snowing. I don't feel safe. I pulled over. They're not going to be like, well, I think they're going to be like, okay, just let us know when you're up and running. So, the problem is you ain't getting paid. You know what I mean? You're sitting around not getting paid. That's trucking. That's trucking, Jay. Even if, I could tell you, I could call them at home, too. I have a dedicated. I'm home every night. I could call them if it's snowing. Hey, I ain't going in. They'd be okay with. But it sucks. You don't get paid, you know? So, but the money ain't worth it, man. Yeah, because you're stressed out. Or maybe some guys aren't stressed out. Maybe they really don't care. Maybe it's like a blizzard, and they can't see 5 feet in front of them. And maybe they're not just trying to be cool, being like, I'll drive through anything. Maybe they really don't care. Maybe they're that dumb where they can't see 5 feet in front. They're not stressed out. They're just like, with their cruise on, not being able to see shit. I don't know. Maybe they're just so used to, I don't know. Stay cool. I love all you, man. All right, I'm going. That's it. That's enough. All right, see you.